In this bonus episode of Talking About Orcs, we're going over the facts for the codex that were released this week. And it's kind of nice to see that they released them so quickly and clarified a lot of issues. And of course, they made some changes, not all of which I like too much. So let's start with the erratas. So Orc gear list, battle wagon, each item can only be taken once. I don't know why that was ever an issue. Anyway, now with War Banner, you can now take a Power Claw if you want, which makes him a little less inept in combat. And since he's got the War Banner, he's always going to be hitting on 3s anyway, so it's not a bad option. Custom Boosted Blaster, Grot Blaster, changed the strength of this weapon to 3. I was hoping it would be, a lot of people were using it as 4 and liked it that way, but that's okay. Megatrack Scrapjet abilities, adds Grot Gunners, so adds 1 to the hits with the Twin Big Shooter, just like other flyers have. So it makes sense. The Megatrack would get that. Luda's Custom Mega Blaster changed the damage this weapon to D6, so it's just for the Custom Mega Blaster for the Spanner. Some people were thinking that meant the Def Guns got changed to D6, and I don't know why they would think that when it says specifically the Custom Mega Blaster, but whatever. Clan Culture's Blood Axis Tactics changed to read. In addition, units with this culture can shoot or charge, but not both, even if they fell back in the same turn. If such a unit is embarked, it can only do so if the transport that fell back also has this culture. I'm pretty sure transports can only take matching cultures in them. I think they specify that in the rules, but we'll go with that. So it's kind of nice that a tank busters or Blood Axe tank busters in a truck can fall back and still shoot. And basically that's what clears that up. Stratagems. Okay, so stratagems get stuck in lads. Change the first sentence to read, use the stratagem at the end of the fight phase. Which kind of sucks because before you could use a stratagem in the fight phase when it is your turn to select a unit to fight, is the old wording. So it's quite a bit different because before get stuck in lads could be used anytime, but this puts it in line, I guess, with other stratagems from other codexes that do the same thing. So I guess that's okay. Not really, it's not okay. It's a big nerf. Grot Shields. Grot Shield was completely reworded. So just kind of throw out the old Grot Shield cards entirely. So use the stratagem after a clan infantry unit from your army, excluding units comprised entirely of Gretchen models, has been hit by a ranged weapon. Hit. So that means after the roll to hit, and it comes up as a hit. Until the end of the phase, you can roll a d6 each time an attack made with a ranged weapon wounds that unit. If there's a friendly unit comprised entirely of clan Gretchen infantry models within 6 inches of it, and the Gretchen unit is closer to the attacking model than the target unit, on a 2+1 model from your choice, and that Gretchen unit is slain and the attack sequence ends. So what that means is that the 2+ for the Gretchen happens after your model's wounded, but before you take a save. So before you could take a save, and if you failed to save, then you could put it on a Grot. And that's probably the biggest change. And it also clarifies that only one Grot is slain for multi-damage weapons. So those are 2 pretty big changes. And I think it works out pretty well. Makes it very clear on exactly what happens. The main thing is that Gretchen have to be closer to the shooter, or closer to the attacking unit than the target unit, just like always. But again, you don't get a save before it gets on a Gretchen. But again, last cannon 6 doesn't matter, still only kills 1 Gretchen. So it's a good way to keep your infantry alive for sure. I think Grot Shields is an excellent stratagem for 1 command point, and I think this makes it even better because now you don't have to kill 6 Grots with the last cannon. So hit. So yeah, that's not bad at all. Loot it. This is awesome. Change the first and second sentences to read, when a vehicle unit is destroyed, select an Orc infantry unit from your army that was either within 3 inches of the vehicle or embarked within it when it was destroyed. That's awesome. That is an amazing change. So that makes truck boys and truck tank busters way more viable, because now if your truck gets destroyed, especially after you've moved up and you're about to get hit, about to smash face, now suddenly your boy's gonna have a 5-up save for just 1 point, 1 command point. Fortunately, you can only do it once per phase, but that's okay. But it does say to a maximum of 2+, so no more 1+ save mega knobs, unfortunately. So, but yeah, I think that's great. I think it's gonna be great for my evils for playing truck boys and truck tank busters, giving them that extra save when their truck gets not if their truck gets destroyed. I think is pretty freaking awesome. So yeah, loot it. I think that's a very good change. A couple other things right by Crumpin, where uh, you have an Evil Sun Speed Freak unit, and that unit immediately has to make a move as if it were the movement phase. It's changed to the end of the shooting phase. Yeah, so that's just a clarification there. Warlord traits proper killy, so they fixed the Goff Warlord trait, which is awesome. Add 1 to your Warlord's attack characteristic. In addition, improve the armor penetration of the characteristic of melee weapons by 1. So that makes Power Claws equipped to Goff guys now -4 instead of -3. And the extra attack, definitely a good change. Definitely. I like that a lot. The difference between -3 and -4 is actually quite significant. Facts. When a knob replaces their slugger and chopper with items from the knob weapons list, can they take 2 weapons from the first and 1 from the second for a total of 3? No, they can take 2 weapons in total, only 1 of which can be from the second list. So you can have 2 combat weapons and 1 shooting weapon, but that's it. But you can still take 2 kill saws on regular knobs if you really want to. Same question was in the old index facts, and the Metal Wagon's Mobile Fortress ability affect the passengers. Nope, Ludas still get the -1 to hit if you move a Battle Wagon. If a Goff Gorkanaut attacks a unit with crushed profile of its claws, or possibly an Ork, and modified rolls of 6, allowing to make extra attack, does the extra hit roll have to be made with the same profile, or can be made with the other weapon profile? The extra hit roll is made using the same profile. So yeah, this just clarifies you can't say if you're running the 18 attacks and you get an extra hit and suddenly you want to use the 16 strength one. Can't do that. Do Evil Sun models that have a set value when they advance, like a Geth Killer War Track using the fuel mixer Grot, benefit from the red ones go faster still? Yes. So if you use the Grot on Evil Sun's Def Killer Road Track, you will get 7 inches to its move. I guess that would also apply to Storm Boys. If you take their optional 6-inch move, it would automatically become 7. So not too bad. Are Blood Axe units with Fly keyword allowed to both shoot and charge in the same turn when they fall back? Yes. So that's kind of a nice clarification there. Does the Grot's ability mean that units such as mech guns and kilocans do not benefit from clan culture? Yes, they do not benefit from clan culture. I hope this finally gets put to rest. This was a dumb question to start with, and it shouldn't have to be in here. It is painfully obvious that kilocans and mech guns do not benefit from clan cultures. And designer's note, although many Grots follow a particular clan into war, blah, blah, blah. For this reason, Grots do not benefit from any clan culture. This includes big guns and from Index Xenos 2, and Grot tanks and Grot mega tanks from Imperial Armor Index Xenos. For all of which, for rules purposes, considered to be comprised entirely of Gretchen keyword. So much for taking Death Skull's cannons. I thought I was going to get away with a trick. No. Mech guns, big guns, Grot tanks, kilocans, none of them get cultures, which I think especially for kilocans is unfortunately a really big impediment. Yeah, really much impedes them being playable. But we'll get to that later. See, if a freebooters unit comprised entirely of Gretchen destroys an enemy unit in the phase, do other friendly units within 24 that have the competitive streak culture add 1 to their hit rolls? Yes. Unless the friendly unit in question is also comprised entirely of Gretchen. So allow your Grot blasters, or specifically not Grot's infantry, but kilocans or mech guns, makes those a little bit better because now you can use those to destroy a unit, which is much more likely, and then other units will get a benefit anyway. So, do snakebite Gretchen units from my army benefit from the monster hunters stratagems? No, I don't know why that's a fact. It's pretty obvious. When using the mob stratagem, does either unit count as being destroyed for the purpose of any victory conditions? No, it is not destroyed. So I guess that means, again, it has to be fact in the individual event you're going to. But I would assume that means if you destroy that mobbed up unit, now you have considered killing 2 units, not just 1. But that's the way I would play it. But we'll see what your particular tournament does. When using the mob up stratagem, do any existing rules still effects still apply? For example, if one unit has advanced, does the merge unit count as having advanced? Or if one unit is under the effect of a psychic power, is the merge unit still under the effect? Yes. So that means, I guess that could be both benefit and a hindrance to you. If you're under the effect of an enemy psychic power that's like -1 toughness or something, or -1 to hit, then the combined unit will be under that. But then if you're under Warpath, which I guess really isn't possible, technically, then the combined unit would be under Warpath, for example, but I don't think that's actually possible. But anyway, because mob up happens before psychic powers. Anyway, but that's just a nice clarification. What happens when mob up stratagem is used to merge a clan infantry unit that has a clan culture with a clan infantry unit without a clan culture? They do not gain a clan culture. And you're asking how infantry units cannot have a clan culture? Well, that's because you just simply take a mixed battalion or a detachment where you just mix cultures. Like you have Snickrot and something else. I mean, you can put any kind of cultures in a detachment. They just won't gain the benefits of it. So you could have Snickrot and Gazzy in the same detachment, but you just lose all cultures. So when using teleport strategy on transport, do I include the power level of the units embarked inside when calculating a power rating of 20 or less? No, this is awesome. Totally awesome. Another much needed clarification. I was pretty sure that's the way it was supposed to be, but it wasn't very clear, and I'm glad it's spelled out that way. The reason why I don't think that's a problem is because remember, if you do teleport a unit in, the passengers cannot get out that same turn you bring it into play. So I don't think it's overpowered at all. I think that's just the way it should be. Do stratagems used on a transport affect units embarked within that transport? So I use more DAC on a battle wagon. The units embarked inside benefit from it. No. In addition, can use stratagems on units embarked within transport use showing off on bad moves infantry embarked in a battle wagon? No to both. Again, I don't know why this is a question. This is perfectly clear in the main rules. If a unit is in a transport, it is not on the board. It is not considered to be on the board in any way. So you cannot use things on them or they cannot do anything. With the exception of the open top rules, which allows you to shoot out of them. But that's a very special exception. And last question is, when showing off is used on bad moves infantry, can it select a different target? Yes, and it's considered the shooting sequence is followed again, allowing them to choose targets again. So that is all the facts. I mean, there might be a couple other little things here and there we'll encounter in the future, but for now, that's pretty comprehensive. There's a couple nerfs in there, mainly to the get stuck in, but that was only to bring it in line with stratagems from other codices, books, armies. So I don't really. So while it may be a nerf, it's not unprecedented to say the least. And I do like to clarify the power level on Teleporta. So that's it for this episode of Talking About Orks. I did want to finish up the stratagems first before going into the facts of the stratagems so we can compare the two. I definitely will be looking forward to using Grot Shield in the future. But for now, leave your comments below, and thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching this episode of Talking About Orks. Please subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications for new Talking About Orks videos every Wednesday, new battle reports every Friday, and hobby videos whenever I can. Thanks for watching.